IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you are not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money. As we head into week 4 of lockdown, we're doing our best to make sure that we maintain our schedules and try and get you as many of the podcasts that you're used to listening as we possibly can, but beg your indulgence if there are any slippages in schedules and times. With that, let's just get on with your show.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative.
Aha! Once again, we're here, Cock and Bull. I don't know why I'm screaming and shouting. I've been trying to improve the whole podcast technique by watching Joe Rogan, who used to be my hero. But the other day I watched him talk to a guy called David Atlas. This is my rant, by the way, folks. And David Atlas is a famous boxing teacher, coach, motivator, who also went to prison, very, very theatrical sort of movie style, thriller style lifestyle and all that. Anyway, iconic person. Point being, I've tried to improve by watching Joe Rogan, who's supposed to be like the apex, the top, one of the best, with the largest following. And there were times when Joe Rogan betrayed my entire family by not speaking for about 7 or 8 minutes at a time. He didn't say a word. It's almost like he'd been shot or something. And David Atlas did all the talking. So I was a little worried about that. So I think I'm going to remove Joe Rogan from my list of motivators. I personally feel that if he's not going to talk, what's the point of having him there? We just need a chair and the guy who's talking, the person who's being interviewed. So that's cancelled. From now on, Cyrus will only listen to Cyrus. And it's called Cock and Bull, which used to be called Cyrus, as nobody listens to Cyrus. Here it is. Let's meet Silverie and Amit Doshi, but after this break.
Hi, I'm Sariyu Natarajan.
And I'm Alok Prasanna Kumar.
And we are the hosts of the Ganatantra podcast.
On this podcast, we speak to academics, social scientists, journalists, and activists to find out what's actually going on in Indian politics.
On this podcast, we stay away from personality politics, intrigue, and gossip, and instead focus on the data, research, and analysis that drives all this.
So tune in to the Ganatantra podcast, where new episodes are out every Wednesday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up guys?
Hey,
for the first time when we say how are you doing, it's a serious question.
It is a real question, yeah.
Off the cuff, rolling greeting. This is serious.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Do you know anybody who's got COVID? That's the real question, isn't it?
See, Amit, that's the problem here. You're so blunt, The sensitivity issue is here. I would have come to that in 15 minutes of rubbish talk. I would have come to that. Yeah, okay. Now that you cut to the chase, do you?
So I know a few. I do know a few. Nobody in India, fortunately. A guy who I used to work with in Canada, like in my last business, we used to talk to each other literally 2 hours every day. We were working on a bunch of projects together. His whole family got infected. Then,
oh my God.
Somebody in my niece's building got affected. She used to work with us actually way back when. My niece Shraddha used to work with us. In her building, somebody got infected.
Yeah.
Right.
Which building is this?
Hirapanna at
Crikey.
Yeah.
All close to home, mate.
Yeah. So
sorry to sound Australian, but I'm already drifting there.
Yeah. And then I know some people who live in the Girnar building on Dungasi Road. So again, not their family, but that building again got infected.
Once removed, like a cousin once removed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I take that back because that has double meaning, which is not applicable insensitive again. No removed. No removed. Silverie, what about you? Do you know anyone? Because when it's personal, all these things hit home on another level.
This is gonna bum you guys out, but an acquaintance is like a decent friend. But his father he had liver cancer. He was admitted into the hospital, and in the hospital, he ended up contracting coronavirus and then he passed away.
Oh God! See, I told you nothing bad. This is a happy show. You have to give me happy endings. Make up stories.
Very sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
Now that I'm a very petty person and forget sensitivity for a second, when you say decent friend, what the hell does that mean? Is the guy decent? Is his friendship decent?
No,
is your relationship?
I mean,
what is decent?
I only recently got back in touch with him, and he's more of an acquaintance. But
once again, once removed. Dare I say?
Once.
Fair enough. Oh God, Amit.
Yeah.
We should be called Joe Rogan here. Silence sometimes is really golden. Hey, folks, I'm not joking about that. I watched about 20 Joe Rogan interviews, and some of them are really long. And they're really good. Many of them are really good because he takes topics which are close to his heart. Whether it's a fight game like boxing and martial arts and all that, or some theories which have to be discussed by scientists, blah, blah, blah. But the point, and he smokes his weed and does his thing. I like that. He's really like cool in a way. But he just keeps quiet for a long time. Something. I wonder what he does.
He does. It's part of what his this is, right? So basically, he tries to get other people to talk more. And when he goes up, he will have these sections where he will talk for like 2, 3, 4 minutes in a row, right? Where he will go off and like do his own monologues as well. But he is trying to get, I think part of that is this kind of feeling that, if you let people, if you let them go on and on, they'll come to something. And most of the people he's getting on are really smart, right? So
but they have the ability to go do a 1.5 hour podcast because they have whatever money and people behind them. And so, but I must say, most of them are quite engaging. Or because I have so much time, I don't know.
No, but they're great. I really enjoy the Joe Rogan shows. I mean, I don't think I watch entire episodes, but the YouTube channel, the JRE clips, I watch that all the time. The full episodes are a bit much, right? I mean, the
JRE clips, that spoils you because you get the meat, the fighting, the loud points.
Yeah.
So we are that. We are the JRD clips because we are always animated. So we come to 1.5 hours, people say like, "Stop it! I need a drink," and it's lockdown. So we'll come to that.
Which is there is that is big. That is big.
So Joe Rogan has been doing something interesting since we're already talking about him. He's doing something interesting when he's getting on guests on his podcast. Yeah. Before they come into the house, they have to do a test right outside. He has a doctor appointed who does a test of the guest. And within 10 minutes, they get those immediate results. And if it's negative, then the person is allowed inside. And nobody has tested positive yet. But he's been doing that to his guests.
But I was wondering how he's still working out of his studio, right? That's a little odd to me.
He's regular testing. He's testing himself every 2 days, he says.
Interesting.
And
interesting. Yeah, I haven't been watching much of late. I've been watching other things. You know what I've been watching, Cyrus? I've been watching The Last Dance on Netflix. Have you seen that? The Last Dance on Netflix? Dude, it's amazing.
I can't remember. Just remind me.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, not just Michael Jordan.
I know that.
So it's the 97-98 Bulls. They did this whole...
the whole lineup.
So what they did is for a year, they followed them around with like cameras and they kept the footage for 20 years, right? Just basically with the idea that we'll do it at some point, right? And I watched the first 2 episodes. So because we're in lockdown and there's no basketball, no other sports happening, they decided to accelerate the release of this thing. This thing was supposed to release in June. Instead, what they did is they're like, we have 4 episodes ready, released 2 on Sunday, releasing another 2 on Sunday.
So what you're saying is just like coronavirus, it released earlier, is it?
It released much earlier.
Sorry, delete that from the record, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Hail Joe Rogan. Silence is golden.
No, but it's really, really fun, man. It's a really good documentary. You being the sports guy you are, I think you'd really enjoy it.
No, but listen, I'll tell you one thing. They've cracked open a great, for me, it's like a Pandora's box in reverse, a good Pandora's box of gifts. The whole idea from the test which I watched, I don't know if Silverie watched it, but we had some guys on who have, and which looks actually, leave aside the sport. Right. You don't have to get engaged because of the sport. It's more about the human being.
Yeah, exactly.
The humane side. So even in this NBA thing, Chicago Bulls thing, I think you'll engage people without having a love for basketball. That's huge for me. If you're able to do that, because we're a very finite group who like a certain specific thing.
Exactly.
And now you widened it. And like my wife was watching this with me because I'm talking about the test, but the same old for NBA, Chicago Bulls.
Right, it's same kind of show.
Same kind of thing. And because it's a human drama, end of the day, what do you want? You want a drama, win, lose, suffer, pain, pathos, theater, drama. I repeat myself, Joe Rogan, Zindabad.
It's similar to watching like a band documentary about a band which you may not be into, but you still get into it.
Yeah, you don't need to like the music.
It's all,
exactly. That's a documentary I really want to watch. We don't have it yet over here. So this, you seen any of the Ken Burns documentaries?
No, brother.
So Ken Burns is like this really well-known documentary filmmaker in the US. He's been making documentaries for like 30, 40 years. He makes these like the multi-part documentaries. So he's made one on the Civil War. He made one on Prohibition. He's made one on World War II. He's made one on Vietnam War. He's made one on like all these different kinds of things. He's got one right now on country music.
I love country music.
Same. So I'm not a huge fan, but I like country music, right? But the thing about it is that it is in many ways like, it's a precursor of rock and roll, it's a precursor of hip hop, it's a precursor of a lot of different things, right? And so he kind of uses that in some ways. I really want to see that. It's like this 10-part documentary. I haven't been able to find it yet in India, but
we have the time. We have the time now.
Definitely have.
I've also been watching, now that you mentioned it, Patrick B. David, or is it David B. Patrick? So he does these interviews with very interesting people. Again, very long. Okay. But they showed up from the Joe Rogan thing because they interviewed the same guy. I think it was David Atlas from the Mike Tyson, for example, George W. Bush. Yeah. So he's got all kinds of people. And he was also loved bodybuilder. So he came from the Ronnie Coleman interview, etc., etc.
Oh, interesting.
But the interview, again, you don't have to like the subject. I think that's the key. It's like if someone listens to our podcast, you don't have to like our subject, which is crap.
Yeah, not liking crap is actually...
Not liking crap is our alpha meta. That's the school we come from. Right. Which reminds me, we actually have a sort of method to our madness today, and Silverie was writing me up offline. Aren't we going to talk about 5 glorious uncertainties of the game that inspire us through the lockdown?
Is that what we're doing?
Exactly. I mean, we're basically talking about things
it
that we would like...
came to me in a dream. And I'm
like... So what's the plan?
So basically, we're going to talk about any 5 things that we would like to recommend to our listeners. It need not be movies or TV shows. It can be like activities that we have been doing during this time that we would recommend, and that would help people maybe to pass their time or to just come out of this lockdown as better individuals, more rounded people.
Interesting. All right. Let's give this a shot. I don't think I have 5 things because I'm not that well-rounded.
Just whatever.
Okay.
Let's do it one at a time instead of 5 at a go.
Okay.
That gives you time to think also.
Think a little bit. Exactly.
Correct. Okay. Okay.
Coming from me,
I'll start?
Something.
Yeah,
please do.
That gives us some time to think.
Yeah.
I mentioned this 2 episodes back as well. I have been cooking a lot. I made pizzas, like homemade pizzas from scratch, with the base, with the sauce, everything. And yesterday again, made the base from scratch, all the way, with yeast,
So Silverie,
maida powder.
See, cooking, I get it, okay, but that's an obvious one. My point is, what does it do for you? It's not per se the cooking. How does it make you happier, or does it do anything for you?
It's a great skill to have. Firstly,
that's a missing answer.
No, it's a sense of accomplishment. Now you have a project in front of you which you can
exactly. Okay, for me,
on an intangible level, what's coming out?
Before this, I have almost never cooked like this. Like all I can before this I could make is like chai, eggs, and sandwiches. That's it. Now I can make proper rotis. I can make arbi. Yesterday I made arbi. If you guys know what arbi is.
Yeah.
It's taro. Yeah, I fried arbi, made mixed masala, and oh god, I made it. Oh, it was so great.
Wow. And you're your greatest fan? You're like
So it is that sense of accomplishment where you feel very happy, like, man, I made this awesome thing, and everyone in my family has been enjoying it a lot, or at least they're really good actors, so that also helps.
No, but tell me one thing. Are you practically, logistically involved in the kitchen in the sense that you will take 20% load off your mom or whatever? I mean, are you contributing from
Yeah. So what actually happened was for the last 3 days, my mother's been like, I've had enough of rotis. I cannot handle more rotis. So she's like, just you guys make. Now it's up to you guys. So it's up to me, my brother.
I have never heard a Punjabi family say that we have too much roti. I've never heard that phrase.
Yeah, I know. Same. Exactly.
These are the paradoxes of India. When you say Garib Desh, you go to a lower middle class Punjabi family, they'll slam the roti on your plate every 2 minutes without stopping.
Yeah, that's so true. So my mother's been sick of rotis, so she could not see another roti, like stare at another roti. So she just make other things. So one day I made excellent. I'm saying excellent, but I made really good grilled sandwiches for everyone with cheese and put tomatoes and salamis. And
so what you're saying is,
in it.
Silverie, is it fair to say comedy is lost, is culinary arts gained?
Yes, it is.
With an apron in the Punjabi Master Chef with Amrita, right?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, with Sanjeev Kapoor.
Sanjeev Kapoor, the one-man army for all the channels.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
But this is good. So you're not just joking or poking now. You actually got a certain amount of skill, and you obviously have a certain amount of confidence in what you're doing. Like, I really can't do anything in the kitchen except eat.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
I
really enjoy it.
I'm in the same. I can't really do much in the kitchen. I mean, I'm not totally useless, but I'm fairly
But you're an American. You must have cooked a little bit.
I know how to cook a little bit. It's not that I don't know how to cook. I know how to cook a little bit. But I mean,
microwave food is still cooking. to take it out of the bag, to put it in the vessel,
more than that.
To put it inside the microwave, to find the right button, to get the right texture. The underside and overside should both be burned to the same amount. Come on, brother. Yeah, respect.
I can do a little more than microwaving. Not much more, but a little more.
That puts me in third place.
Nowadays, though, I would say it's very easy to follow a recipe from YouTube and just go ahead with it. So that's what I've been doing, and it works. So it's not like rocket science anymore, I would say. It's very
making me feel worse about my accomplishments, which are zero. And then continue to remain so. For me, when you talk about 5 things to do, I was, which I really did. I was just looking around the house and counting how many chairs we had. I came to the conclusion that we have 19 chairs in the house. And why do we have 19 chairs in the house when we are effectively 6 people plus 1 minder for my dad and plus 1 person who works for us? Okay, who don't really use the furniture, at least not when we're there. So I mean, it's just too much, I felt, because we don't throw parties or, I don't get it.
You have a house with like 3 bedrooms, right?
4
bedrooms. So, of course, you need 19 chairs. That's like 2 or 3 chairs a bedroom plus kitchen.
No, we don't. I never sit on a chair in my bedroom. I dive into my bed. I actually dive. In fact, my wife is really irritated.
But wait, 19 chairs for 4 bedrooms is still a lot of chairs.
And a hall.
It doesn't seem that
hall.
much.
About 9 chairs on the hall. Huh?
Yeah, of course they would be, right? Because that's where you have your dining. Your dining would be 8 people.
Yeah, 7 chairs around the dining table, 2 in the other part of the hall. One inside the kitchen.
Okay. I've been thinking like around one table you have 19.
What do you do 19 chairs?
I don't. That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's not Game of Thrones, dude.
Okay, cool.
It's like the Lok Sabha, guys. Do we really need 40 people in the Lok Sabha when only one guy runs the country? I don't get it. What are the 540 guys doing? They're not even involved.
Correct.
They don't know about the lockdown, some of them. Pradhan Mantri ji, abhi kya hoga? Shut up, don't call. That's what happened.
You see the politician, the Karnataka politician having his son's wedding.
H.D. Devagowda's grandson.
Something, yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. He did he tried to do a mandoli of a middle path. Instead of 8,000 people, I'll call 1,000 people or whatever. So he tried to find a middle path. But what I can understand is it just behoves them better to, at point of view of PR, if nothing else, to not have the wedding. Because there will be no points. And as a good politician, you always know what's right in the eyes of people because that's what you play to popularity. It comes with that word.
That's what my thing is, right? Where's your self-interest here?
Yeah. It's inexplicable, not from a moral point of view, but from a point of view of you doing the right thing to get your name up. Because that's what they're all about. So
exactly. From a self-interest perspective, it just seemed weird, right? Because, you get much more kind of mileage out of being the person who canceled the wedding because of this than you would be for the person who decided to go through it.
That's very true.
Yeah, but he could push in the media. Hey, maine kurbani kiya, in the wrong phrase. But I have given up the wedding. I have not, even though we had planned so much and all this, it would sound good in the eyes of many people.
Exactly. I didn't understand that. But
unless, you're very worried that the bride won't say yes again because, I'm just saying sometimes they're not the most elegant people and, sometimes want to back out from the wedding. So you want to give a person a second chance, like my wife. If I didn't get married that day, she'd have, the medication would have worn off and God knows what would have happened. Yeah. Strange for me, very strange because these guys are the next generation of politicians are very clued in. Again, we don't know what they're really thinking, but that Machiavellian sense is very well developed of doing the right thing in the eyes of the other person, which is what they play to. Hence we have lobbies, hence they work. I'm a little stunned. I can't understand the obnoxiousness almost and the arrogance that goes with the fact of balls, main karega.
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why would you do that? Some of this, what's interesting to me is...
and you're not even in power.
You're not. No, but answer this. So tell me what you think about this, right? Do you think that we are holding people to account to a degree which we were not earlier in some areas? Like there was this thing that happened. You saw that Bihar agricultural officer who made some homeguard do bat hugs.
Unbelievable.
There was the outrage over the cop who basically destroyed vegetables of somebody. This has happened many, many times, but this happened again a couple of days ago. Yeah. These are things which otherwise I feel like would just have gone past. Right?
So the way I see it, when I was growing up in the 80s, the media was 10%. Today, the media, and by media, I include everything, because it's not just print newspapers or digital, it's everything. There are people taking a phone shot on their screen, WhatsApping it to someone. That's media. End of the day, catching that Mr. Sharma who caught the cop, bullying the other guys. That's media. We never had that access. You and I may have witnessed things, but we could not even tell anyone about it because there's no proof for anything. So the media net is so large that I think everything will get reported more or less. Problem is not every action will be taken against everything, but that depends on your influence, power, how long they're able to stall proceedings so that people forget. But having said that, it takes a Jessica Lal or a Nirbhaya situation for the public to overawe everybody else. But otherwise, the smaller stories just die quietly. But definitely it's out there. So be very careful. I used to pee in my lane in the morning very comfortably right then in front of everybody. In fact, I would let people watch for a certain fee. But I've stopped doing those kind of things because people are, taking pictures, uploading it. The intent is not to even go viral or anything, but it does. It's from you to your friend, and from there it can just escalate if it's an interesting story. So be very careful, Silverie, when you go in the lift with lots of old ladies in your building. Do not succumb to your hormones, which is obviously to run from the lift. Don't do that. Stay with it.
Cyrus, what did your t-shirt say?
Oh, my t-shirt, Kal se daru band. But this was when I was a drunkard. Yeah, because, people would tell me, Rocha, why do you drink so much? Why do you do this? You don't know how to behave after drinking. So I would wear this shirt with pride. Kal se, so I don't know, keep saying sorry. Kal se daru band.
No, it's a new t-shirt. I've never seen it, so that's why I thought I'd ask.
Although it looks like Kal se daru band. It's like tomorrow I'm going to be part of the daru
band. You're reminding India of the up and down status of our government, which says one thing, then reverses the order, then says one thing, reverses the order.
But so the liquor store is opening, right? Liquor stores are opening, right?
No. They're reversing most of the orders.
Oh, is it opening for sure? Because I just heard the minister said that they should open, but nothing has been confirmed.
No, so they reversed a lot of stuff that was in Bombay. So for Maharashtra, a lot of the easing that they did, they reversed that for Bombay and Pune because, like morons, people decided to go to work on Monday. Yeah. And so they were like, there are too many people commuting. And so they're not good.
Between us and the West, is a suggestive fascism, suggestive lockout. So you sort of try and comply, but they're not holding sticks and beating you in most places.
Right.
They will do that, which I don't know whether it's right or wrong. I can't make up my mind because I know people don't listen, but my sense of democracy and egalitarianism is just, I just feel terrible. I just hate the idea of being told what to do. I'd rather die
here. Same here. I don't like the idea of being told what to do, but at the same time, you look at where we've had effective responses, and there are.
By the way, we are better, Valkeshwar and Marvahil. We are better. We've gone from 3rd worst to 7th worst ward.
Yeah, we're not that bad.
That's a huge improvement.
We're not that.
And we are de-escalating from the maths. I'll send you the graphs later.
No, and also I think what you're seeing in our area is also, dude, in our area, you have. Let's be honest, there is space here.
Also a lot of upper middle class educated people, not to again be class conscious, but the fact of the matter is your buildings, if their mean rudeness on WhatsApp apart, are keeping you down, inside the area.
They're not letting people inside the building. So I ordered fruit. I ordered a fruit basket, right? You get those boxes and stuff like that. So have to go down and get it. Nobody can come up. Nobody's allowed to be into the building.
And people are all following that now. I think what you're saying, even Silverie, your area also, I'm sure, they're basically following that. So our type of class of society is not going to be, I don't think it's going to be rampant yet. Unfortunately, it's gone from our class of society to one class below. And that's a bigger fear because you're looking at Dharavi and it's spiraling there. I don't know, man. So then all these class conscious terms start coming out and, people's prejudices also come out as it came out over religion with the issue in the north. So, which is a bit disturbing also because hate is so easy. But I don't know what to do. I just think of it personally. I don't know why people don't think of it personally. Oh, perspective. और लोग के बारे में सोचो, आम आदमी के बारे में सोचो, Mrs. Verma के बारे में सोचो. Bang, chod, how much to सोचो? What about me, my family? I got old parents, kids, dogs. They're all fucking driving me nuts. I'd sell them all for a packet of potatoes, but it's 105 rupees a kilo. I mean, that's $105 for potatoes. I charge $200 to anchor a show. That means 2 potatoes are more than me. I mean, what the hell? What a life this is, guys. Should we take a break? I think we've gone well over 20 minutes.
Let's do that. Let's take a break.
Let's take a quick break and breathe properly and we'll come back on Cock and Bull.
Are you looking for India's most awesome cricket podcast? Are you now tired of listening to the same old guys drone on about cricket everywhere? Edges and Sledges is a weekly cricket podcast hosted by 3 fans of the game, Varun, DJ, and myself, Ashwin. It was established in early 2018, has over 60 episodes now, and is of course now proud to be on the IVM Podcast Network. Each week, we get together from 3 different time zones, the USA, the UK, and Singapore, and we talk about things from the world of cricket, with a focus on Indian cricket. We often interview special guests from all around the world, including former cricketers and cricket media personalities. So check out Edges and Sledges, the cricket podcast, now on the IVM network.
And we're back on Cock and Bull. Laugh. This laugh is for ourselves. There's no need.
Yes, it is. It's just, let's take a break, and we're back. I just love that case.
How we can do the American way where they just don't raise their voice at all. Yeah, so Silverie, you were telling me about 5 things that you appreciate doing in the course of lockdown. And Silverie, your reply would be even more mundane. Amit, you haven't answered, by the way.
Because I can't think of anything I'm doing which is like life affirming.
Okay, see, cooking is not path-breaking, but cooking for him is path-breaking. So what are you doing?
I'm doing nothing, man. I'm working. I am watching television. I am working some more. I'm reading a little bit.
How do you cheer yourself up, mate? You can't drink. You can't meet your pals. You can't. You have your. You're playing cards online.
We are doing a little bit. There is the poker app. So there's an app which you can play.
So that will increase. That will increase, right?
So that's so I'm not playing so much. I've kind of tamped it down, but my group is playing a session a day. I'm not playing that much. I'm like, dude, that's just too much. I don't want to play that much.
I've been playing Uno Friends, which is quite fun. You can play Uno with friends. Yeah, Uno is damn fun. It's a great time pass. And you can play it with friends. No? You can invite people. I don't think so.
On Uno?
I don't know how you would cheat on Uno.
Not digitally, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, you have to say Uno before you put in your last card, right? So there's no skipping that.
That's the big one. That's the big one. But what about the hand you have? You can't add to it. The hand you're
No. I mean, you can
add by the app, no?
Yeah, by the app. Yeah.
You're not playing cards with, You're not playing cards on a Zoom.
I was trying to think.
No, you don't. One of you doesn't have to be a dealer on the app.
When we play physical Uno, I always keep a couple of cards under my thigh.
Physical Uno, you cheat.
Wow.
Yeah. I call it my in between my legs theory. Always works. I always have something in between my legs.
Hey, you know what I'm doing? I'll give you this. I'll give you another tip for everybody. All the Fast and the Furious movies came out on Netflix last week.
How many? 7, right?
All of them, And I've never seen them. I had never seen a single one.
So all 7 without stopping?
No, I saw the first one. Now I'll watch the second one. I don't think I can do 7 without a row.
That means you're not as fast and furious as the actual show. You're only down 1.
Well, dude, I have other things to do also in life now. And there are other things to watch also.
I saw the test, 7 episodes in like 1 day, 1.5 days.
So I saw 2 episodes of the Last Dance. I watched Special Ops, which
Last Dance is how long? 1 hour?
So it's 1 hour an episode, 2 episodes out so far, 10 episodes total.
Oh, that's a decent amount of viewing.
Yeah. So it's going to be...
With bathroom breaks, you can take 2 days.
Well, it could, But
my bathroom breaks are very long, and it's got very little to do with the bathroom. Wink, wink.
But I don't think the Last Dance is particularly friendly towards that idea, but okay. But
what have you been reading, Amit?
Read quite a bit. So actually, Ben Horowitz has a really interesting... sorry, not Ben Horowitz. Is it Ben Horowitz? You Are What You Do. I think it is Ben Horowitz. Okay. It's a really interesting book. It's about like how you set company cultures and stuff like that.
Is it that what Kejriwal also said? That whatever you do, you will become. You give a very soul-stirring speech here.
So Ben Horowitz is basically one of these. I didn't even know what to make about that. So I'm just let me move on. So Ben Horowitz is like one of the biggest VCs in the world. He started the company called Andreessen Horowitz with Mark Andreessen. And so Mark Andreessen is known as the guy who started Netscape. And Ben Horowitz has been writing a bunch of books, right? So the one that I was reading recently is called You Are What You Do. Before that, he wrote a really great one called The Hard Thing About Hard Things, which is again about like, if you're going to do difficult tasks, what is the difficult part of that? And speaking of Andreessen Horowitz, Mark Andreessen wrote an amazing essay this week about building things. So I guess I'm reading a lot. There you go. That's what I'm doing. I'm reading a lot.
So you reinvented reading. He's reinvented cooking. I'm counting chairs. Yeah. As long as we get through this.
We got it straight, exactly.
Yeah, I think we've run out of ideas. As far as this 5 goes, Silverie was far too high.
I think that was too high. That was too ambitious a goal, man.
Let's cut it down to 3. 2. Let's cut it down to 2.
Wow. Because each one takes about half an hour. Yeah. So Silverie, you're back on call. I know you worked hard on your 5.
I got one. I learned how to make coffee from a mocha pot.
What does that even mean?
A mocha pot, MOKAPOT. So it's a different kind of coffee maker. Somebody had gifted one to me years ago. I had never really bothered with it. And I was thinking about drinking some coffee. And I was like, hey, what is this thing? Should I try this? Let me try this out. Let me try this. It makes like a really, really strong espresso style coffee. And
how long does it take?
It's very fast. It's super fast because what you do is you basically, it's a steel pot, which you put some coffee in, you put some water in, and you just put the pot on the gas. And so you're done in and if you put hot water into it to start off with, you're done in 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
That's fast. That's faster than me in bed. I'm 45 fast. Seconds, right, baby?
Is it like a kettle for coffee?
It's sort of like a kettle. It kind of is like a kettle.
Okay.
Back to the coffee, right?
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like a kettle.
So I've got one then, Amit. We'll reverse and go back in this order.
Okay.
Since you have the coffee thing, I found a pet poop scooper, which somebody gifted us at one of these events we did. Made in Japan or China. Okay, I should be careful then.
Is it one of those button ones?
So I started cleaning my... Yeah, so it's got a small attached plastic thing and a long spade. So you pick it up with the spade and you put it in the plastic thing, which is your hand glove thing. And then you remove the plastic thing, disposable plastic of course, into the dustbin directly. Nice. It says outside my house. Yeah. So it's all done. In the morning, it's all done in once they're done. And I don't even really wash my hands. Of whether I do or don't is out there.
Here's a question. This is a conversation. So we had a Zoom call with a bunch of friends a couple of days ago, right? And all having this discussion. How many times a day are you washing your hands now compared to when this first started? When Corona first started.
I'm not much of a washer.
Okay.
So I think it's a bit of I don't know. I don't buy this whole washing hands will save me. So I don't go out of my way. And I'm staying at home anyway. So I don't see the point. I don't shake. Nobody, who do we shake hands with at home? Hi, Dad. Good morning. Shake, shake. Hi, Mom. Good morning. Shake, shake. Nobody does that anymore. Maybe in Rome.
Just before meals, I think, basically, that's all you're doing right now.
Yeah, you've gone down from the 10 times a day to the just before meals part.
Yeah, but you're right. I get your point. The momentum has shifted a little bit.
It has, no?
Yeah. You don't want to keep those great levels of 1,000 times. And Kunal Vijayakar, my good friend, is washing. He keeps the thing in his shirt pocket.
Yeah.
He keeps the sanitizer in his shirt pocket.
I do too.
He gives it to other people. When we do work that one day a week, he gives it to people. Please wash your hands. There's a paranoia level.
That's a very nice thing.
Yeah.
It's not a nice thing. It's paranoia. Paranoia for me is madness.
Okay.
Madness
when I go out of the house, even I carry sanitizer these days.
So
you
go to the bhaji wala, you give it to him, you tell him,
I don't do that, but basically I don't. You're careful when you go out. You don't touch people. You don't touch random surfaces. I do that stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you feel that milk of human kindness for someone poorer than you and give them a hug so they feel that we are equal, that fake, insincere egalitarianism which I spew. What about that?
I'm not a hugger.
I'm not a hugger. I'm a holder. I can put my hand on the shoulder and squeeze. Hugging is too much work. Both hands.
Yeah.
Who does that anymore?
I can't do the hug.
Who has the time, guys? All right. Okay. Hey, Silverie, you got the second one pending.
Okay. I have... So I basically used to read...
You're the only one who prepared. You probably have 5.
I know.
Why don't you give 5 of them?
I do have 5.
Yeah. You just rattle it off. I'll wash my hands. You have a shot.
Okay. But the thing is, it's not... too different. I have one option to watch. I have one option to read. One option was cooking. One option, and I had 2 other things I have. Anyway, I'll go to the second one.
You've written it down like it's E is equal to MC square. Like it's going to change the world. Like it's actual physics. It's washing, cooking, cleaning, mother church. What the hell are you writing down? Come on, man, Silverie. I didn't do something special. I put my finger on my ass straight. It came up to my mouth. That would be something. I'd be like, wow, we've got a guy who can do cocktail party.
Oh, that was the 6th thing. Sorry. There are only 5 things I said. So, no.
We've lost Amit. So, he's watching.
I am watching.
Okay. Till 2 years back, I used to be reading a lot of comics, like DC, a lot of DC comics, and a lot of manga also, like Japanese manga.
Yeah.
So I have now been catching up on all the manga and the comics that I've been. So basically, on my Google Chrome, I have 80 tabs opened for the last 2 years on my phone, and I read my comics there, and all 80 of them are basically comics.
So what is your favorite character? I don't know too much about Japanese manga comics. So what is your
so manga right now? I am catching up on the greatest manga right now called. Have you guys heard of a show called One Piece? It's one of the highest selling anime and manga series ever. Is it about 20 years?
Is it about a guy with no legs?
What's it called again?
One Piece. It's about pirates, but in this amazing, fantastical, great world where there are all these like different politics happening. There are different islands that they travel to. I don't know how to explain it, but
let me explain something you guys may not know. You know that pirates could never have, loiter around the Japanese island or islands. They just couldn't get any purchase there because the Japanese would not say pirates; they would say pilot. And that would cause a lot of trouble and tension and self-introspection amongst many of the pilots, aka pirates. Back to your next option, Amit. This is now completely. He can't handle. He wants the lockdown to continue. He doesn't have to meet me ever again. Silverie, spew them out. No? Yeah, one was the comics. Next.
So that's manga I've been reading is One Piece, and the DC comic that I've been catching up on is Detective Comics. That's so Batman has like 10 different ongoing comics, and then the one I'm catching up on is Detective Comics. So that's two things. The first one's cooking. Third thing is I am rewatching Community and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If you guys have seen either of these shows.
I don't like Community so much, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Is Community on one of the OTTs or is that through dubious sources?
Community is dubious sources. I actually have it downloaded through dubious sources. So,
even Sunny in Philadelphia, I don't see on any of the platforms.
Sunny in Philadelphia is there. Is there? Sunny in Philadelphia is there.
Sunny's on Hotstar. I think you get Sunny on Hotstar.
Good. So I'm going to watch it from beginning again. Good you pointed out.
Yeah.
Because I have two dubious sources, mate. We believe in legality. Me and Amit, we pay our taxes. I think.
Sunny now it just finished its 14th season and has been renewed for the 15th season and will probably extend it 18 seasons. And it's still fantastic. So if you're ever thinking of getting into it, or if you're stopped watching a few seasons back, please, great time to catch up is what I'd say.
I never got past the first season. I should actually go.
You got to watch.
Oh yeah, second season. Danny DeVito comes. Danny DeVito joins the cast in the second season onwards, and it's even better.
Yeah, I know. I need to watch it. I need to watch it. I have these like big gaps in my pop culture kind of thing, right? So Sunny is one of them.
I think we all do. There are so many things to watch for all of our interests that you just don't have time for everyone's recommendations.
You need to use a sexual phrase which you can fill up the holes. Because what you're saying is life takes over and we miss out on certain things and you don't go back to many series, etc., whatever.
Yeah.
But now you have a chance to clean it up, clean up the mess.
So I think you guys know I love watching the 40-minute wrapped up, get done in this much time kind of no story, no continuing arc story, just a very kind of tight this. So I've been watching a bunch of stuff like that, right? So I mean there was a show called Blue Bloods, which is Tom Selleck. It's on Amazon Prime. It's actually you've seen that really?
Every single episode. I'm a big top detective, drama, mafia, gangster. That whole genre of mine. I own that genre. Don't touch it.
Interesting.
Okay? I'll make an offer you can't refuse.
I quite like it. I think it's well written. It's an interesting story.
The family, the Irish cop thing, and all that.
It's a little long in the tooth now. I think. They're getting into the 10th season. So I mean, I feel for a guy to be the police commissioner for 10 years seems a little unrealistic.
No, but the whole thing is tracing back the grandfather who's still there. Was a police commissioner before him. The great grandfather was in the force. Yeah. And that's a very Irish-American story. So the whole idea has a lot of, I think, subcultural text for people in America. Us Indians, we just pretend to be them. That's how we support football teams in England.
I'm amazed that it hasn't been remade into an Indian show yet. I mean, think about it. It's like a family show.
1 minute. Kasakai, kai boltos. 1 minute. Stop there. Who do you recommend to play the Tom Selleck character?
The Tom Selleck character? That's interesting. How about let's see. You need
Ram Kapoor.
You need somebody who can play an older character actor. So we need somebody or somebody who's an older actor, but who was popular.
With gravitas. So
exactly. Amitabh Bachchan's a little too old because I don't think he can play the police commissioner now.
You play the grandfather then.
Yeah, he would play the grandfather. I think the police commissioner, you'd have to go with maybe an Anil Kapoor, Sunny Deol.
Oh, that would be that'd be great.
So Mr. India becomes who plays the sons and the daughter.
Does that really matter? That could be anybody.
No, but they take over as you go forward.
They're important. They're important to the story, but it's not.
So then, at the later seasons, each one has their own episode. That style will come out.
Yeah, of course.
It'll be the leading story.
Of course they do.
I can't remember the bloody names.
Yeah.
There were Americans called John, Joe, Paul.
So I think the youngest...
typical Irish names: Mitch, John, Paul, Daniel.
Erin is the girl.
Erin
is the girl. Danny is the detective. I can't remember.
Danny, the hothead. Yeah.
Danny is the New Kids on the Block actor. The New Kids on the Mark.
Oh, he's the brother. He's Mark
Wahlberg's brother.
Mark Wahlberg's brother. They shared the same underwear when they modeled for Calvin Klein. Yeah, I know the story.
Okay, I did not know this story.
Apparently, Mark wore this way out and Danny wore that way out. But there's a very strong similarity in style of talking.
But I've been watching that. I like those kinds of shows. So I mean, I had that to watch as well, right? So there's a bunch of different things to watch in that sense.
Yeah. So there was Hill Street Blues, NYPD Blues.
I love that. Hill Street Blues.
Same genre.
My favorite is Law and Order. I mean, I had
Law and Order, but it got so many options.
No, so the main one, the original Law and Order.
I auditioned for it in America.
Oh, really?
So they came to Lee Strasberg. Yeah, they came to Strasbourg, and they wanted 4 guys to assault a woman in the park. They wanted like Puerto Rican, Cuban, that type of looking guys. So they said, I don't know what ethnicity they used, but they used what amounts to our sort of skin color and look.
Right.
So I went and I actually made the first round.
Okay.
You just had to do a couple of lines, Hey, lady, give me your purse. I supposed to put on a fake American accent, so I said it as quickly as possible. Hey, lady, give me your purse. Probably more like from Adelaide, but the Indian guy more likely to help the lady with the purse. Yeah.
So when Law and Order ended after 20 seasons, right? It did 20 seasons of this, right? I think it ended in 2012, 13, something like that. Mm-hmm. When it ended, it was considered to be the biggest disaster for New York theater actors ever because theater doesn't
pay. Everyone. Yeah.
They used everybody in Law and Order because every episode has like 30 cast members.
There's a girl called Shaheen who was in school with me. She was in an episode as a doctor, of course. Or something. So everybody's featured. Ranjit Chaudhary, who passed away, Pearl Padamsi's son.
Yeah, he was on
in the theatre. He was in it more than once.
Yeah.
Of course, he's done lots of small parts all over the last few years. And that's just the Indian, Pakistani diaspora. But you'll see everyone. All the Latinos.
It was literally like, I remember reading this long New Yorker article that came out at that time saying this is a disaster for the acting community, the fact that this show is ending after 20 years because this every episode that you would do of a Law and Order, if you're a reasonably decent actor getting paid scale also, you'll make $6,000, $8,000, right? Which you're not getting paid in like any kind of theater thing.
I'm saying a similar thing is done by our Crime Patrol in Southern India, where a lot of struggling actors will be employed by these two shows. CID also. But no, what Crime Patrol in Southern India do is they just hire actors, new actors.
So what's happened when you have a Shivaji Satam and that type of theater blue blood in one show like CID, then he starts roping in more and more of his people. So you see a lot of theater actors in these shows because the lead actors or the directors come from the same actor. And I think that's fair because they know what the struggle is like. Might as well get them to earn some money, often doing rubbish, but that's fine.
Cool.
I think, go to AMAs?
Let's go to the AMAs.
AMAs, because at this moment, you can't see it when you hear the podcast, but Silverie's mom came in the room and in very choice Punjabi said, it's lunchtime, please get up or something. I saw the hand gesture. Silverie, take us to the hand gesture. What was that?
Correct. Yeah, I was like, not right now. Please don't do this now.
I thought it was like Ornov with the panel, You putting your hand up defensively, the hand coming in offensively. It just was an Ornov moment because I can only see panels here on my comm.
Oh, a quick thing about Arnav. Did you guys hear last night he apparently quit the India's editorial guild because he was like, they have lost all credibility and they are only functioning on self-interest amid this COVID-19 stuff. They're saying they have lost editorial
integrity.
What is the word? Integrity, basically. Yeah. Like ethics. They have gotten rid of all editorial ethics and look at the guy.
By now, it's almost clear that his is a fiction show. So I applaud it.
Exactly.
I still think you've got to give the devil his due. He's number one still, whether you like it or not, and by a long margin.
Yes, he is.
I imagine. Yeah, very true.
Amit,
yes, AMAs.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance, from stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Number one. Who's our number one on the AMAs? Coming after my clap.
So the first one is, so we had last week.
Just one thing real quick first. One of our old-time listeners, the one whose name we confused many times, Lavanya.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes. It is her birthday. And so she sent me a Twitter message saying that she's entering a new decade. And so we should wish her. Her. I'm not sure what
happy
decade,
birthday.
But happy birthday, Lavanya.
Lavanya, happy birthday in the new decade. At least you can remember the decade. Okay? I have no idea. Wow, no, but really, she's been one of our pillars. So
yes, she's been a long time. Apparently, she keeps complaining that we don't select her AMA questions anymore. I don't know where she sends them though.
But what do you mean we don't?
I don't think we don't. I think we
questions per month. What the hell's going on? We reject one. That's wrong. I'm sure we'll filter through and let's get the regulars more. Silverie, let's give the regulars more bhav now. Regulars are your quality audience. Irregulars don't matter.
But if they send in questions, I most of the times take it if it's a good enough question. But sometimes they just don't send in questions for a while.
See, good enough question doesn't work with a bad enough show. So let's just have any question.
Okay. Cool. Will do.
Right, sorry. Okay. Question.
All right. Last week we have suggested that people should send in a list of say 5 shows or so that we can then rank as to our preference of the shows. First one is sent in by Samir Dash. He says, these are my top 5 TV shows in no particular order. What do you guys think? First one is Friends, then Better Call Saul, then Daredevil on Netflix, then Dark on Netflix. It's a German show.
I haven't seen Dark. I don't remember.
Even I haven't seen Dark.
I haven't seen Dark. And the last one is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
One? I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. So I would say Brooklyn Nine-Nine first on that, right? On that list.
Fair enough. Absolutely.
Okay.
Adam, whatever his name is, Andy, whatever Sandberg.
Andy Sandberg, yeah. I would go Friends. I would go Friends number 2.
Oh, I would say Friends number 1, Brooklyn Nine-Nine number 2 for me.
Unstable. Who's number 2?
Friends number 2.
Friends
Brooklyn
number 1. And Brooklyn, for me, Friends number 1, Brooklyn Nine number 2.
I wouldn't argue with that either, right?
Yeah.
They didn't even
what were the others? Better Call Saul?
Romans, Countrymen.
Yeah. Better Call Saul, Daredevil, and Dark.
So Better Call Saul and then Daredevil. I did not really enjoy the Netflix Marvel stuff that much.
Okay.
Also, Daredevil is very slow. There's lots of, I don't know, for me, I need action in a super hero caper thing. I like the human factor in Spider-Man and Batman, so they can get away with a little less action. But I don't buy it so much with Daredevil, even though he's blind, etc., because after the initial thing of that, why is that to slow down after that? We've got that. Now he's Daredevil. Now let's have more people robbing old ladies and him saving them, or at least taking the old ladies out for a movie and watching Daredevil.
Yeah. I agree. I found all of the Netflix Marvel stuff just a little dark and gritty for the sake of dark and gritty is not really my thing. Right. And that I got that feeling on a lot of the Jessica Jones and
That's true. But I would say Daredevil was the best from the lot. From the 5 shows that they had, Daredevil was the best. And the second season was okay, but the first and third seasons both are great. Yeah. I still think they are. And also they have Kingpin. Kingpin as villain is also amazing on the show.
Have you seen Luke Cage?
Luke Cage was first season was good.
The first season was very good. Yeah, the first season was very good, and the way he comes from, the way it unfolds, the whole powers that he has, and all takes it. I bought it. I bought the package. Yeah. The second season went nowhere. I was like, kill Luke Cage. I was like, why isn't he dead? I was on the side of the bad guys. That should never happen. That's really wrong. Yeah. It only happened once in the movie Savaria, and I think Tushar Kapoor's early work. All right.
Although, just a fun fact, I've heard that the actor who played Daredevil will be coming onto the MCU as Daredevil. He'll be representing Spider-Man. That is Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the next Spider-Man movie. That's what the rumors are saying, and it seems plausible.
Really?
Yeah, because in the last Spider-Man movie, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, it is revealed to the world that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and so that's what they're saying, that Daredevil's character Matt Murdock will be defending him in court. Is what the rumor says.
Interesting.
Which is plausible.
I thought these two things were separate, though. I thought the MCU.
No, but now, correct. But now they've discontinued on Netflix, and Disney Plus is trying to make their own thing happen, right? So I think this will be part of it.
But is it part of the match? But is it the same character? Is it like the same actor?
Same character. Same actor, at least.
Same actor.
Charlie Cox is the Charlie Cox is still the actor.
So it is basically
same.
So then if he's playing Daredevil and he is,
but they'll tweak it for the movie. They'll have a different persona.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But I mean, the way Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had that dude,
Phil Coulson.
Yeah, Coulson,
right? Crossover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the same kind of thing. But Daredevil, the guys from the Netflix MCU. From the Netflix Marvel universe are going to cross over into the MCU.
Yeah. Again, this is what the rumor says, but who knows? I don't.
Silverie, we know your rumors are always true. They always come true. You were the one who told us about COVID-19 back in November of last year. And then you visited China and all this happened. And then you came back smiling, I remember. So I'm putting two and two together and I think you're a daredevil yourself. Sorts. Yeah.
Hey, don't sell me down the river. Cops will show at my house. Yeah? Don't do this.
No. If they don't have gloves, they can't enter. So tell me one thing. Do you have time for one more?
Yeah, sure. What do you have?
Yeah. So one person has sent in like a long list. Let's do part of his list today and then part of the list if we can save it for later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he has sent in, he has broken it down. He has sent in books. He has sent in comedy TV shows. He sent in a list of drama TV shows. And then he sent in a list of podcasts, audiobooks. So he sent in like an extensive list.
So let's do drama TV shows right now.
Drama TV shows. All right.
Okay, drama TV shows.
Drama TV shows. Number
What's
one
his name?
is... okay, I'm sorry. His name is Abhishek Vatsa. Abhishek Vatsa sends in this. He says, hey guys, thank you for your continued entertainment during this time. I live in London and like the rest of the world, I'm also in lockdown, obviously. Your podcasts are really the highlight of the week for me and a perfect way to get over the cabin fever, albeit for that 1 hour. Upon your request, here are the 5 things for you to rank under different categories in no particular order. So we're covering drama TV shows. His 5 drama TV shows are The Night Manager. That's the one starring Tom Hiddleston.
I love that. Yes. A great show.
Very good show.
Really good show. Really good show. Yeah. Top Boy. I haven't seen this.
It's about a male gigolo. Okay. I was asked to audition for that also back in the day. Come on. The lift man didn't let me out.
Okay. The third one is The Loudest Voice.
The show about this guy, Roger Ailes.
Oh, I thought it was Arnab Goswami.
The anchor.
No, Roger Ailes, the Fox News the guy who started. The guy who started. The guy who started Fox News.
The founder. Yeah.
The one who's Arnab's.
Not Arnab. Not Arnab.
No. He was accused of sexual assault and sexual harassment, and that's why he was.
He wasn't an on-air guy. He was always an off-air guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's my story. Got it.
Yeah. So that's The Loudest Voice. Number 4 is Chernobyl, and number 5 is Delhi Crime.
Okay.
Delhi Crime first season, not bad.
Which one?
I haven't seen Chernobyl. Delhi Crime, the show Gopal's in. The first season, not bad. Good story.
Okay.
Decent performances, and far above normal film performances and all that. Let's see. So I would put it, okay, I have only seen 3. So Night Manager for me is number 1. It's just another level of show.
Yeah.
And Hugh Laurie has now reached the apex of the tribe. He's there.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever he touches is like gone.
So I would say Loudest Voice is also really, really good though.
Okay, so let's put it second. I'll go with your thinking.
Yeah.
It's just the genre is better, I suppose. So that's 2. 3, I maybe go with Delhi Patrol, Delhi Crime, because it's path-breaking for India. The first time.
It was really good. Yeah, it was really good. There's some really good ones. Special Ops is really good. If you guys haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's what. So we're coming of age to know later.
So The Loudest Voice, that you're talking about, there's a movie also, right? The one with starring, what's her name? The girl from Mad Max, the actress from Mad Max.
No. That's Miami Vice.
Yeah, Charlize Theron. She plays Megyn Kelly in the movie. Or am I just talking about this show only? But there's a movie where she plays Megyn Kelly talking about, it's a Roger Ailes movie. It's like the origins of Fox News and how you climb through the ranks, and that's what the movie.
I don't think that she's in the show.
So there's a movie then. There's definitely a movie then. I'm sure of this.
That could be our AMA question for next week. Was there a movie, The Loudest Voice?
Okay.
But what are the other 2? What's left?
Yeah, no, I'm just looking. There is another. There's another show. There's a second show. There's another movie coming.
Okay, it's coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so what are the 2 shows left?
Nicole Kidman's in it. Charlize Theron's in it. Margot Robbie is in it.
Hello?
Yeah. That's the one. Correct.
So we've got Night Manager at 1. We've got Loudest Voice at 2. We've got Delhi Crime at 3. What's at 4 and 5?
So Chernobyl and Top Boy.
I would say Chernobyl is also really good. Really, really good.
But it's too dark now. I don't want to see death and all that. Take it up something.
That's true.
We'll keep it at 4. Because
we can keep it at 4. Yeah, I think we can keep because of the genre. Yeah, I think because of the genre, you can keep it at 4. But
the heaviness of the subject to handle it in the first. Fifth.
Okay. And then Top Boy at the bottom. Top Boy is at the bottom. Huh? Okay.
None of us have seen it, no?
Top Boy, the gigolo thing. Oh,
at the bottom,
what a big mistake. What's up with us? We're just typical males who don't want to find out about men who have good sexual powers and they just look back. You're right. Put him back. Top Boy goes to become bottom boy in our list. How's that for paradox? I like it, mate. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think that's enough for one day. Why kill ourselves?
Yeah, I think so.
Nothing much to do. We have to space it out, our energy, no?
But I think that's good.
Like one of the singers who had only one hit song. You can't have that. You got to have that. Right, so I hope you're both going to be there next week.
Yes, we will.
The best. Remember to keep yourself safe. After playing with yourself, wash both hands even though you use only one. That's my message for today.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
That's for you, because you're the young, horny, hormonal, challenged young man. I suppose Amit and I have already started the winter of our discussion when it comes to sex.
Sure. Thank you.
By the way, are you a virgin? Since you brought it up, Silverie?
I didn't bring it up. What?
Are you a virgin or have you? What's your story?
I think Amit is talking to you. Sorry, no.
No, Amit is now.
Okay, not a virgin.
Sorry to the young. Huh? You're not a virgin.
No.
तेरी मम्मी को बताऊं मैं? What the hell is wrong with you?
Dad, my mother listens to the podcast now. She knows.
Oh shit! Oh God, Auntie, I'm very sorry. I apologize. This man talk. Top boy, Silverie, you're my top boy. Okay, guys, we'll see you. This was what was our show called again? Cock and Bull for sure.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was good.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In, or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
Janice, what do you think couples did before TV was invented?
I don't know, go for walks on the beach, long drives, fancy dinners, have more sex maybe?
But what did we do when we decided to move in together? We debated between the Chromecast and the Fire Stick.
We gave up on sleeping early so we could stay up watching true crime shows.
We got ourselves 3 cat babies.
And basically became the cutest couch potatoes around.
Okay then.
In case you guys still haven't got it, we are a TV crazy, Netflix loving, binge watching Mr. and Mrs.
I'm Anirudh Kuha.
I'm Janice Sequeira.
And if like us, you snort TV for breakfast, lunch and dinner, this is the podcast for you.
Tune in every Thursday on the IVM Podcast app or wherever it is that you get your podcast from. This is
Mr.
and Mrs.
Binge Watch.
Hello, everybody. We have a brand new daily podcast we're working on with Bloomberg Quint. All you need to know provides the top news on business, markets, and the economy so that you can stay ahead of the curve. Tune in every morning on BloombergQuint.com, the IVM Podcast app, or wherever you get your podcast from.